Hey guys, it's Stephanie here. I'm really excited because I'm at Lowe's. So surprisingly, Lowe's has a really awesome selections of plants. So my goal this April, it's the beginning of April, and I kind of want to show you guys what you can do in April to prepare for gardening, or what you can be doing in your gardens right now, things you can plant, all the things to get you ready for May and throughout the summer and all the way until fall and winter. It's really fun to come to Lowe's in April because they have such a good selection of inventory and stock of plants, trees, shrubs, all those things. So right now is the perfect time to start planting trees, some cold hardy perennials, start planning for your perennials and combinations for your flower beds in May. So let's kind of show you what they have. Right now is the perfect time to plant trees and shrubs and all those things. They're really in their active growing period, whereas fall and winter they're not as active. It's not hot yet, so they stay moist a little bit easier, and those roots can really get established and spread and be healthy before the heat really hits in. Let's take a look at their selection, what they have. There's so many fun things this year, some new things I haven't quite seen before, and I know that because I come to Lowe's probably 20 times in a summer. Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight some of their shade trees and show you a few of my favorites. So these are all the ones that are gonna provide that shade when it gets really hot, and they have beautiful spring flowers. So you have your flowering pears, those are gorgeous. Some of them are a little bit more pyramidal shaped. I really want one of these, but this Cleveland Select flowering pear is so beautiful. It does stink though, that's the only downfall, but I don't really care about the smell, I'm more about the beauty. Hardy down to zone 5, and it gets about 30 feet high in height and 25 feet in width. I love this one. I really want it. I have a spot for it. The time has not been right yet. And as you can see, they can be kind of expensive. Prices have gone up a little bit this year, as everything else has too. That's one of my favorites. Can't go wrong with the crab apples. They have beautiful blooms. But just look at their selection. They have a lot of nice shade trees already. So I thought this, it's kind of a funny name, but I thought this pussy willow was kind of cool. It's more of a fountain type weeping tree. Has these cute little fluffy blooms coming out, and it doesn't get very big. 6 feet in height and 12 feet in width, so it gets a lot wider than it does tall, and it's hardy down to zone 4. See, they just have all these fun different selections and varieties. This is a smaller space one too. This canyon blue oyster willow. This one gets really small, 4 to 5 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide. And then you've got your flowering trees, and it shows all the flowering, which I love. They label them, so it makes it easy. Pretty. And then you've got your evergreens, which arborvitaes. These are great for privacy. They come in, there's so many different types of arborvitaes, but this is a smaller one, 15 feet tall by 4 feet wide. And it's hardy all the way down to zone 3. The deer do like to eat these, so you gotta be a little bit careful with that. And then they have all their fruit trees, apples, pears. And then I wanted to take a look at these lilacs. So these lilacs are perfect to plant right now. I love these dwarf Korean lilacs. I love the blossoms on them. They're just a little bit more dainty, and they're really full, and they smell good, and they are a little bit smaller. So this is definitely a good one to plant. But look at how awesome. If you're wanting some lilacs, they got some of those in. They've got some evergreens, some more different varieties of lilacs. The bloomerang lilac's awesome because it reblooms. And then forsythia, one of the first blooming spring bushes, shrub bushes. This isn't very big, but look at those yellow blooms. So pretty. Look, they have smaller choices too, which I like. They give you the bigger variety, the bigger containers, and the smaller, so these ones are a little bit cheaper, and lilacs grow pretty fast. Also get snapdragons in pretty early. These ones can handle a little bit more cold and frost. In my climate in a zone 6, sometimes they even come back after winter, which is kind of cool because they like the cooler temperatures and they're a little bit more established. But I love snapdragons, so these are one of my favorite things that they sell. I actually bought some and put some in my flower beds. Okay, look at this dianthus. So this is a perennial. This is an awesome one to plant because it can divide really easily. This is a new variety I haven't quite seen before. The early bird chili dianthus. Wow, that is really bright and coral red. Wow, what a beautiful dianthus. I really like dianthus. They're kind of classic for the cottage garden. And they're just so beautiful in masses. Like literally plant all of these in one spot if you could. And then they're kind of cool because they've got the silver leaves and they're a little bit shorter, so you can kind of put them in the front. And then once they're done blooming, that first flush, cut them down and they'll rebloom. Ooh, this is a pretty one. And these are cold hardy down to, you know, or zone 5, -10 to -20 degrees. But these are really, really pretty. This one's a little bit taller. I like those bright eyes. I'm always a sucker for ones with a little red center. Those are so beautiful too. But look at these pink ones. Look how pretty those are. So much fun when April hits, because you know Lowe's is gonna start getting all of their fun plants. So you got your burning bushes, which gives you that fall, bright red fall color. It's a really late fall red color. It's one of the later ones to bloom red, so it's really cool. As like the gardening season's kind of winding down, these start to just get fiery red. They also got a bunch of their vegetables in, your cilantro, your thyme, all the fun herbs that you'd want to use. But look at that, just look at all that selection. Look at all those tomatoes, they're already so big. Basil, one of the easiest things to grow. And just look at that, strawberries. All right, I don't ever know why they sell blueberries here, because our soil is the opposite of acidic, and you can try and add acid and those things, but it just really doesn't work very well. But if you live in a really area with high acidity in your soil, these are perfect to plant. Blueberries, grapes, and then you got your bulbs. They have all these bulbs. So you got dahlias you can buy. Make sure you plant these after your last frost to make sure the soil's a little bit warmer. But peonies, and I really like the idea of buying peonies here just because it's cheaper. You get 2 for $15. If you go to your other nurseries, they tend to be more like $10. So you save a little bit of money. You do have to wait a little bit longer, but I can buy 5 for 15 bucks. That's pretty awesome. I wanted to show you, they have such beautiful ground covers. So Candy Tuff is gorgeous. It's one of my favorite ground covers. So they have selections of ground covers. Rock Crest is really pretty. And then I'm gonna show you some of the shrubs you should be planting right now. So here's some evergreen shrubs that I think are really pretty that you can be planting right now, but then they keep their leaves all winter long. So Emerald and Gold Unanimous is really, really pretty. It does spread a lot. It's not too invasive though, you can keep it cut down, but it is a good spreading shrub. And look at those leaves, it's so pretty. It doesn't get super tall. Well, I guess it gets as tall as you let it. But 4 feet in height and 4 feet in width. It's already down to zone 5. But these are really pretty for an evergreen leaf all winter long. The Unanimous. And then boxwood. I love boxwood. They have different varieties of boxwood. This is an evergreen. And then you have your ferns. And then look at this lamium. Look at those leaves. Isn't that so pretty? This is for more shady areas. I have some of this in my yard. Look at those cute little purple blooms that come out. But really it's so pretty all summer long and all year long with those leaves. And then ferns. So I actually need to buy some ferns. I'm really excited they have these in. I need 2 big ones, actually 3 big ones. Oh, Scotch moss. I need some Scotch moss too. This can walk on it well, and it's a nice fill-in around rocks or pavers. So I could also buy some of this. Try not to though. Try not to spend money, guys. Okay, they even have topiaries, so you can plant these right behind your house if you have a small back porch or small yard. These are fun little ones to set outside. Just make sure you water them. And then this is a really pretty false spirea, great for texture. So you can plant those right now. And then, hey, they also have some roses in, so plant your roses right now. It looks like they've already pruned them down for you. Except for this is looking really, so if you buy a rose like this, you definitely are going to want to cut out some of this stuff and get a little less, make it a little less crowded. So cut out these smaller ones. Anyway, so they have different types of roses. Look at that one, that one's pretty. That Zephyrin, I do not know how to say that, but that is really pretty. And how much are they? They're only 10 bucks. That's a really good deal. Okay, perfect time to plant roses. Aspen, my husband loves these trees, but I do not want them in my yard because they just restart and they can spread. So I'll enjoy them in the mountains. Okay, I was hoping they maybe had a tricolor beach, but not quite yet. Okay, this is the red twig dogwood. So this bush really loves water. I have some on my river. I actually cut down a bunch because they were kind of all over and I didn't want that many, but they can sit in standing water and do just fine. So if you have an area that's wet, plant one of these, and look at those pretty red, look at the pretty red bark that it has. And then it gets cute little white flowers in spring, and then in the fall it's really gorgeous. They turn like a glowy orange. So this is a good one to plant. It's obviously hardy down to zone 2. Holy crap, this one can handle the cold like crazy. So if you are really cold where you live, or if you have somewhere that has a lot of moisture and you like this red color and some pretty fall orange leaves, this is the one to plant. They also have their peonies in, some of them in. So you see how much they have? This will get full in the next 2 weeks. So throughout this month of April, it's gonna start filling up even more. But it's just such an awesome nursery. Way to go, Lowe's. I think they are awesome for doing such a good job with all their plants, making it a priority, because otherwise I'm not here as much. So they're definitely getting my business. But I do love the red leaves. They do eventually turn green, but they come out so pretty, don't they? This Carl Rosenfeld is a really vibrant pink red. Such a fun selection of plants. Just really fixes that urge to see flowers, whether you are buying them or not. Okay, so what I also love about Lowe's is they have a clearance selection. So throughout the year, they'll put it over here. They'll look like, and they'll put perennials, and sometimes it looks like they're dying. But if you know perennials, they can recover. They're pretty resilient. And then you can buy them for super cheap, put them back in your ground, and then next year you'll have a plant that's healthy. I wanted to highlight this one. Okay, lungwort. This is a really beautiful shady ground cover, but look at those leaves. So see, this is on clearance. This is a fine plant. I'm actually probably gonna buy it because it's on clearance. Even though it looks ugly, it will be just fine. So I love their clearance aisle. It's awesome, and they get a lot of them throughout the year. So check it periodically and you might be able to get a lot of your plants, if they have the variety you're looking for, on sale. So that one is definitely one that's gonna be just fine. So I think I'm gonna snatch this up because it's gonna be $7, wait, $10, $11. So it's only gonna be $4. Well, it might be $7. We'll see. Sometimes they give it to you for $4, but you're saving quite a bit of money. Okay, so as they're perennials, so they're non-trees and non-shrubs, if you're not fully comfortable, or if it's pretty cold where you live and you're not ready to plant quite yet, you can kind of start looking around, see what's coming in with their perennials, and start making a plan to plant them in May or whenever your last frost date has passed. These would be fine to plant right now, but if you're not comfortable, then you can kind of come back, come see what they have. Gives you an excuse to come look at more flowers without spending money, and then kind of start making a plan, come back, buy them, and then plant them. So look at all these primroses, dianthus. Ooh, I love this dianthus. Look how pretty that one is. So they'll just keep trickling in over the next few weeks. They got their corabels. So really, really pretty stuff. Okay guys, I hope you like the tour of Lowe's nursery if you haven't been here before. As you can see, they have a lot of nice trees and shrubs you can plant right now. This is just gonna get so loaded over the next month. A lot of fun things are gonna start coming in. I'm having pretty good self-control, and this is probably a first. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, hit the notification bell. Anyways, have a great day. I hope you come to Lowe's, find a fun tree, a fun shrub to plant, and we will talk to you later. Bye.